framed to be Christian and Sasuke. Christian and Sasuke are back in Konoha High, and the teacher announces that they have a new announcement. They will be getting 2 new students in their class. First, Hinata Hyuga. All of them, Naruto, Sasuke, Sakura, Christian, Naruto, Taruto say, "Hi, Hinata." She says, "Hi, guys." Christian says, "Why's Hinata here?" She says, "Because Hinata was bullied in her last few classes for no reason." Christian goes, "Oh, well, okay, welcome to the class, Hinata. Welcome to our class. The class that literally doesn't care about anything." She says, "And for our second, Izumi Hyuga. She has been kicked out of multiple classes for beating kids up, and you guys are the strongest class, so you might be able to deal with her." Christian goes, "Ah!" Christian lets out a loud sigh, going, "Ah!" The teacher goes, "Mr. Namikaze, got a problem?" He says, "Yes, a big problem, a tectonic problem." She says, "What is it?" Christian says, "By one look of her, she already looks like one of those people who are a bad girl but really can't do anything. And they just act cool, and then they put freaking lollipops in their mouth pretending they're cigarettes." Saki goes, "Alright, well, he just went off and just exposed everything bad about a bad girl." He goes, "Listen, just Izumi, just go sit down." Christian says, Also, the teacher states that Izumi was #1 in her division. Christian says, "Oh, a competitor. I don't give a crap." So it's lunchtime. Christian says, "Itadakima," and goes to the roof. And that's for the high tiers. You can go to the top if you're the elite tier / high tiers. He goes to the top and says, "Itadakima," and goes, "No." Izumi comes up and says, "Out of my way, loser." Christian says, "Have you tried a mirror?" She goes, "Oh, just shut up. Move out of my way." She says, "Who are you, past Sasuke?" Sasuke says, "I'm not like that anymore, Christian." He says, "Sasuke, that's why I said past." He goes, says, "If you don't get out of my way, I'm gonna kill you." Christian says, "Nice try." She says, "I was #1 in my division." Christian says, "So was I. Cool. I beat my guy in 1 shot." Sasuke says, "I think that was 2 shots." Christian says, "Shut up." He goes, Christian says, "Sasuke, stop it." He goes, no, I'm kidding. He says, "Look, I'm on the top. You can't do anything about it. I don't give a crap what you say." She immediately appears in front of him and goes for a kick. He says, "Nice try." When he tries to smack it away, she maneuvers her like under it and kicks him in the face. He goes, "Ah, shit," and falls off the roof. She goes, "Oh no, I think I just killed him." Christian says, "No, you didn't. I know how to water walk, tree walk, and freaking air walk. I'm pretty much fine." She says, "Oh, whatever, then I'm not sorry." Christian says, "That's it. She says, "Rotation." Christian says, "Do you really want to fight? Do you really want to fight? Do you really want this to go down?" She says, "Byakugan." Christian says, he says, "Now we'll see who's better." Christian says, "Namikaze lightning." Activating the lightning. He says, "Now try me." And he just absolutely, they're fighting, but he has the easiest edge. He goes, saying, the teacher catches them doing that and says, "You two, stop fighting. We'll do this in class. You could do this when we do sparring today." Christian says, future hint of fighting. Yes, I'm about to destroy you and there's no difficulty. So, one day, quickly... So, during the sparring matches, Christian says, how about you go full power and I see you where you're at? She goes, whatever, you're gonna regret it. She goes into her Byaku. She uses her full power Byakugan. Christian says, I can sense that pressure. She says, scared? He says, watch this. Going into his one-tailed state, he goes, She says, you monster! Christian says, you're the only monster here. I mean, you're also ugly. When you look in the mirror, it breaks. Everyone, Sakura says, that always gets people. I don't know how. It stopped working on me after a while. Like, this girl is not... Then Sasuke says, she's gonna die if she keeps on talking crap. You're a demon, you're a useless freak. No one likes you. Christian says, oh, really? Really? Christian says, really, a million times. She says, stop saying really. You are a loser. You don't do anything to benefit this village. Naruto, Sasuke, Sakura, Naruto, and Taruto all start laughing so hard. They go, ah! She goes, what are you idiots laughing at? You want me to come and destroy you? He is a loser. He doesn't benefit anything to this village. Christian said, Naruto says, are you sure about that? How do you think the Leaf Village gets us all those Tech Knights, where the power is insanely good? She says, duh, all the Leaf Village technicians. Christian says, that technician is me. He says, yes, I am. She goes, you're lying. Christian says, no cap. He says, watch this. I can predict that tonight I will make it a nice night. The Leaf will draw off tons of lights everywhere. And if you don't believe me, well then, I don't really care. So when the fight starts, he says, one shot, and releases the Nine-Tails chakra, and releases it back in. She rushes out and saying, 8 trigrams, 64 pounds! Christian binds her up with the chakra chain, saying, really? Yeah, that's real smart. He goes, Keraton! Hit by the fireball, instantly knocked out. Christian says, pathetic. And walks away. Sasuke says, wow. Oh yeah, just saying, she has tons of fangirls. I mean, fanboys. Izumi has tons of fanboys for, well, no reason. Izumi realizes that this kid ain't a loser. He can do tons more. He benefits more to the village than she has ever done in her life. He says, sorry about yesterday, he says. Christian says, oh, fine, I don't really care. Christian says, I get called a demon almost. I used to get called a demon almost every single day. I'm pretty sure I'm fine with that. With her fangirls watching, talk to another person, they say, let's kill him. He won't be able to steal our queen. Christian says, these guys are idiots. He says, do you have fanboys? She says, yep. Just because I'm a Hyuga, they want me. Christian says, well, that's messed up. When they try and Christian looks at the fanboys and asks them,
you don't know the way. Do you know the way? I know the way.
Christian walks up to Naruto and says, Naruto, listen to this. He goes,
you don't know the way. Do you know the way?
oh my god. when Christian goes down the hall, they grab him. When Christian is tied up in the closet, in like the school closet, he says, "Look, you're never gonna talk to Izumi again or we'll kill you." Christian goes, they go, "What is he saying?" Christian says, "Let me translate that." They go, "He's talking so fast we don't even know what he says." Then Christian goes, they go, "Is she crying?" She says, "Let's try and translate that. Let's record this and then speed it up." Then they translate it, and they, well, actually don't translate it, they speed it up, and it sounds like, and they're like, "What the hell is, dang it, I'm recording, god damn it." Christian, out of nowhere, then Christian poofs and appears behind them saying, Christian goes after saying, "Time to face the consequences of your failure." They turn around and he goes, then he goes, then Naruto hears that echoey voice and he says, "There's only one person who can make that." Hinata is right next to it. Naruto puts his hands over Hinata's ears. Hinata starts to blush and then faints. Christian says, then Christian gets out of there and slams the door, saying, "That's what happens with fanboys." Christian goes, "What the hell happened to Hinata?" Naruto goes, "You see, I had to block her ears from that, because that actually pretty hurts if you're not used to it. So, yeah." And then she fainted. Christian says, "Ooh, I think she likes you." Christian says, oh, wait, Naruto, we got some problems here. He goes, what? Naruto likes her. He goes, what? Christian says, yeah, Naruto likes Hinata. When Naruto sees Naruto talking to Hinata, he says, damn him, he shouldn't be talking to Hinata. Christian appears behind him saying, he goes, what do you mean? Christian says, what do you mean? Christian goes, he says, might as well face the facts, bro. You're not getting it. Yeah, you win some, you lose some. Christian, then out of nowhere, Christian says, there's no point in getting mad. Hinata likes who she likes, and she won't like anyone else but Naruto. He goes, I'm gonna kill Naruto. Christian says, bruh, you would attack him. I snap your neck like that fake meat. Tasha says, why are you going on his side? He says, cause it's dumb. She's supposed to like who she likes, and there's nothing you can do about it. Christian says, Christian's neck cracks and turns, he goes, Naruto, who are you kissing right now? She goes, Kiba? The guy says, I'm not Kiba. Christian says, hold on a minute. He walks over and rips down his hood. He says, this raggedy ramen noodle hair dude you like? You be cheating on Kiba? He spins it around saying, and just smacks him left to right, going, bah, 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 bah. Christian says, he's going to be sad when he hears of this. Naruto says, he's not going to believe you. Christian says, yeah, he will. Goodbye. And runs away. Christian finds Kiba and says, Kiba, we got a big problem. He goes, what is it? Christian says, Naruto's cheating on you. He says, no, she's not. Naruto would never. Stop lying. Christian says, wow, you're stupid. I actually liked this. I actually liked your two's relationship. I shipped it. But I'm not even joking. Kiba says, well, he did really like this relationship. He thought it was good since they perfectly fit. Christian says, I have pictures, literally. He shows, and he goes, that cheating person. Christian says, make sure not to punch her in the face. Make sure to no fist fighting. Christian, and it's the end of the day. Kiba goes to confront her about the pictures. He goes, While Christian is working on the power, he goes, Naruto busts down his door saying, hey, you idiot! Then grabs his collar and says, whoa, 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 what are you doing? She says, you made my boyfriend break up with me. Christian says, more like you did. You kissed Arlo, the most disgusting person in the world. She goes, shut up! And throws him against the room as well. He says, jeez, I'm literally trying to help out my friend Kiba from not being with a hoe. No, okay, he says, not trying to be like a person like you, because you literally cheated on him with a guy who probably is rich, so you probably were a gold digger. He says, shut up! And starts punching and smacking him. He goes, whatever, I don't care, do it, beat me up, I don't give a crap, at least the truth is out. And then throws him against the wall again, and he gets knocked out. He says in his head, whatever. At least the truth is out. But then Naruto does something. Naruto says, for ruining my life, I'm gonna ruin yours. Naruto goes on the next day of school. Christian goes in, and during lunch and after school, Naruto puts all kinds of paint on her face and all kinds of and pretends to have bruises on herself. She rushes over to Sasuke and says, Sasuke, help me! She says, oh my god, what happened? She says, Christian beat me up after school and told me to give him Christian beat me out after school. She says, he what? And she tells a whole lot of boys and a whole lot of girls, telling Christian what he did, telling them all what he did. But she doesn't tell Kiba because she knows he ain't gonna believe her. Christian is on the roof. Christian is just hanging out on the roof, and Sasuke yells, "Hey, demon, get down here!" Christian says, "What? What, loser, K?" Christian says, "I thought we were friends. Why'd you call me loser, K?" Christian says, "You literally are with an army of people, yet literally I didn't touch Naruto because I already know you're here about that." Sasuke says, "That's weird. How'd you know she was hurt?" Christian says, "I see her. Right there." Christian says, "Oh, and if that's fake..." Christian says, "Whatever. I don't even care." He says, "We're gonna teach you a lesson now for beating her up. For beating up our queen." Christian says, "Please. I'm pretty sure all of you would die in the process." Christian says, "I'm pretty sure you don't want that. Do you? You don't want your soldiers gone, do you, Naruto? So you better leave me alone." And Christian says, "If the only one who got beat up was me, she got triggered, broke my door, came in, threw me against the wall 2 times, slapped me in the face. I had the bruises to prove it." Christian says, "Why the hell do you think I'm wearing an eye patch right now?" Naruto says, "Yeah, because you like pirates?" Christian says, "Wrong." He says, they look at his eye and say, "Why is his eye white?" Christian says, "Well, that's what happens when one of your eyes are blind." Sasuke says, "The only way to prove you're blind is to block your other guy, and if you walk normally, you can see." When he does block his eye, Christian just instantly can't see. He says, Christian says, "Sasuke, are you in front of me or in back of me? I don't know. Because I can't see." He goes, "I don't believe you," and pushes him to the ground. Christian says, "Ah, great." Then rips Sasuke's hand off his face and puts the eye patch back on, saying, "Look, if you were gonna do something, then do it. I really don't care. At least the truth's out. That she cheated on Kiba with the most ugliest person in the world, Arlo, who has the worst personality." She said, Sasuke says, "You cheated on Kiba with Arlo? He's disgusting." Christian says, "Well, whatever. Do it. I don't give a crap." I don't know where, about an hour later, he says, and the final strike from one of the bullies, he goes, and says, "Whatever." And then it's Naruto's turn to beat him up, since, well, she gets to, since, well, she's the one. All of them surround him so he can't get out. Christian says, "Y'all dumb." She says, and then they all pull out weapons. Most of them just pull out bats. And they start to hit him with a bat. He goes, "God flippin' damn it." Kurama says, "Kid, are you just gonna accept this?" Christian says, "Yeah, pretty much." He says, "Why?" Christian says, "Everyone's just gonna call me a demon if I fight back." Christian says, then Naruto picks him up by his collar and makes him stand up, saying, then goes,
"You're never gonna make it, you're not good enough. There's a million other people with the same stuff. You really think you're different, and you must be kidding. Think you're gonna hit it, but you just don't get it. It's impossible, it's not probable, you're irresponsible. Too many obstacles, you gotta stop and go. You gotta take it slow, you can't be a pro. Don't waste your time no more. Who the fuck..."
Well, Sasuke and all of them are smiling.
You gotta take it slow, you can't be a pro. Don't waste your time.
He's Christian, with an angered look, says,
"Who the fuck are you to tell me what to do? I don't give a damn if you say you disapprove. I'm gonna make my move, I'm gonna make it soon, and I'll do it 'cause it's what I wanna fucking do. 'Cause all these
Then a voice in his head goes,
Promise you're trying to make it. There's no way that you make it. And maybe you can fake it, but you're never gonna make it.
Kurama in his head goes,
Aren't you just gonna take that? Make them take it all back. Don't tell me you believe that. Aren't you just gonna take that?
then a giant aura swirls around him.
Or will you fucking fight back?
Then he disappears and then starts to kick all of their asses, destroying all of them. He goes, saying, with all of them on bowing, laying down, knocked unconscious. He goes, the teacher walks out and says, Christian, what have you done? Out of nowhere he goes, hold on. So then, when the teacher says, what have you done? Christian goes, then falls to the ground. She goes, the nurse is gonna have a lot. I'm just gonna send him home. A couple of hours later, since the QB's power, he regens super quickly. Naruto tells the QB not to heal her, so she can use that to advantage to get him punished. The QB says fine. So when Christian gets home, he's instantly yelled at by Minako, Kushino, Minato, and Kushina. He says, what did I do? He sees Naruto on the couch, going, Christian says, oh boo-hoo, she's crying, so what? She says, why did you beat her and her friends up at school? Christian says, friends? Friends, huh? Not like she has any, but whatever. Because all the friends she makes, she just uses them for money. Christian throws a shovel to her, saying, here, go dig up some gold, you gold digger. He says, if you think... Christian looks and says, she has the Ninetales. She probably told it not to heal her. She's probably told him / her not to heal it. She could have easily healed from her wound already. She just wanted to use that as a reason to do that. Christian says, plus, I got ambushed by all her damn friends on the roof. And she said I was never gonna make it. I was never good enough. And all that crap. Minato and all of them say, we don't believe you. Naruto decides to cry even more. So then they believe her even more. Christian says, whatever. Kushina brings Naruto over, saying, look at all the injuries you did to her. Christian says, Christian is really damaged. Like, he coughs up blood almost every 10 minutes. Christian goes,
There is nothing
damn it!
sitting in my favorite spot on the couch and playing some Candy Crush Saga.
Okay, no, that doesn't happen. That's too far. Well, that's not what I want. Christian goes, Christian goes, and covers her mouth, going, I don't think I could show this on YouTube. Well, I'm not showing it. I'm not sure I can hear this. This is so much suffering. And falls to the ground, and he has to be taken to a hospital. Instantly, Naruto says, I don't want it to be that much injury. But that is way too far of injury. I don't even think I could show that. I don't think I could have played that. Then Kushina wipes Naruto's face and then says, what the? And she instantly gets an angered look on her face and slaps Naruto in the face. Kushina says, why? Minato says, why would you slap her? Kushina says, maybe because it was paint. I just rubbed her face and out of nowhere, paint, the purpleness is paint. She's been lying to us this entire time, and her brother went through suffering just because she lied. Just for some petty revenge. Tsunade says, something really, really bad happened. She says, what happened? Minato says, what happened? She says, well, for some reason, whoever did this to him planted something in his arms, legs, face, kind of, his whole stomach area, everywhere basically on his body, they planted something that crushes it. We're going to call this spring locks. We're going to call this stuff spring locks. She says he won't be out for a couple of months. He won't be out. He may not even be out for a couple of years. But if he's lucky, he'll be out in a couple of months. With Minato, with basically the entire family with tears in their eyes, Naruto is yelled at and scolded. And neglected for all what she's done. Every day, Christian's condition gets way, way worse. But every day, they remove one piece of the spring lock. And eventually, they finally do. Remove all of them. They call Mito and Kushina saying that they removed all of them, but the organs were all crushed. And they need to find someone who's either been killed by silent killing or something else. Because they need to find someone who will donate almost all their organs to him. And luckily there's dead shinobi almost every single day. And he says, he'll be done in 5 days, he'll be out. And he says also he has a brain injury, it means he can't remember anything. Anything from happened since that incident. And I'm gonna say that she couldn't remove them because they're stuck there now, and they go off every time he's exposed to water. Tsunade says that they're exposed. Well, if they're ever exposed to water, if he starts to sweat, if someone pours water on him, he will be snapped. He will probably do that again. So 5 days later, they don't know how to get rid of the spring locks yet. It's gonna take they have to get high density tools. So basically, Naruto and Taruto's mission is to go all around the 5 great nations trying to find those materials. They agree and they go. 5 days later, Christian can leave the hospital and head out. When Christian goes to school, he is with crutches since he can't really walk too well. When he walks to class, they say, after the kids in the class say, "Hey, look guys, it's the freak. He beat 40 people up for no reason. And he also hurt Naruto." Everyone starts to shame him. Christian says, "You don't even know what I've been through, so why don't you all shut up?" Out of nowhere, one of the bullies from behind pours water on his head saying, "Hey loser, eat it." Sasuke, realizing that Naruto was a liar, says, No, don't do that." Sasuke runs over to try and stop it, but he does pour the water. Then, he says, "So what, Sasuke? Is he allergic to it?" Sasuke says, "Someone planted spring locks in him." He says, "What spring locks?" Sasuke says, "There's these things that snap on your entire body if they're exposed to water." He says, "Now he's gonna die, probably." I'll keep this as low as possible. And that bully is instantly expelled. And Christian is sent back to the hospital. He says, a couple of weeks later, Naruto and Taruto come back with all the tools, and Minato Kushina are not happy because they're gonna have to go to the hospital 2 days in a month, and it's all because of their daughter's spoiled little brat whose friends decided to bring one of their other kids in danger. So when the surgery goes, it works perfect. It goes really good. All the spring locks were removed. They don't know how he got those, but they're going to study these spring locks, except for they have to clean them up first since they're literally all bloody. Christian can walk normally and doesn't talk to Naruto anymore. Even when she goes next to him, he uses the excuse, well, it's not really an excuse. He says, "What are you gonna do? What do you want, Naruto? Come to throw me at a wall again, or gang up with your friends?" And then she instantly starts to feel bad, and he walks away from her, never talking to her. Then when Christian returns home, he gets the worst thing ever. Christian and Naruto are watching TV. Out of nowhere, a portal opens. Christian says, "Get behind me now, Naruto," and spins a kunai sensei. And out of nowhere, a short person walks out a short person who looks weird it's a boy wearing tights, wearing a dress, wearing weird ass Christian goes, no, please, no. Naruto says, what? Christian says, I've heard of these things before. They come sometimes once in a year. Soft versions of yourself come and they're extremely weird and you have to kill them. Christian says, out of nowhere, he says, but whose soft version is it? They have blonde hair, but we just don't. Is it me? Is it you? Is it that? Immediately they start to get scared and then start crying. Christian says, don't cry, little kid. They say, I'm not little, I'm 16. Christian says, dude, you're literally 3 feet tall. You are tiny. The little kid goes, Kurami. Christian goes, what the frick? Out of nowhere, a girl appears and says, Naru, are you okay? Christian says, oh yeah, that's definitely you, Naruto. He goes, but who the hell are you? The kid says, I'm Naruto Namikaze. And that's Kurama. Christian goes, he looks up. He goes, Christian says,
bruh, look at this dude. Wait till you see the. No.
oh, look at the top of his head.
Look at his lips.
Then the little Naruto, the parent soft Naruto, punches him in the leg. Christian goes,
Back of his neck looked like a sirloin steak burger.
Naruto goes, Naruto goes,
he tried it.
Christian goes, holy sh! Christian says, Naruto, get out here! He goes, Naruto says, what's up? Christian says, this dude thinks he's Naruto Uzumaki, and he says, that's Kurama. No, I'm gonna turn him like he said he's Christian Namikaze. I'm gonna guess that this is it. I'll be right back. Christian goes. Christian laughs, going, ah, with Kurama smiling, going, huh, that'll definitely teach it. I'm gonna say Kurama is a girl, though. Christian goes, whoa, 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 Kurama's a girl? And then they do the jump scare. Christian goes, he goes, you want to see a jump scare? He goes, then the little Christian goes, he goes, I'm gonna call her Sandy Cheeks. I'm gonna call her Kylie. She goes, why would you do that? Christian says, he wanted a jump scare battle. He says, I think that was the wrong one. Hold on, let me get back into this. Christian says, he goes, Christian goes, that'll teach you a lesson, little brat. Then Kushina and Minato come in home. When I'm gonna call her Kylie, looked at, saying, you, then grabs her by her throat, going, Christian says, with just as pressure, saying, appears front, choking up Kyrie, saying, who the hell do you think you are? To go and choke my mom for doing absolutely nothing. And holds up and says, don't touch, in the soft Christian says, don't touch Kyrie. Christian says, that's it. Slams Kyrie into the ground, then grabs a rope, ties it around her leg, and yanks her and pulls her up, so then she's hanging by her foot. Then Christian grabs him soft self. He goes, let me go! Then slams him on the ground, and then he starts to cry a lot. Then he puts his foot to his neck. He says, leave Kyrie alone, my ass. Now shut it. Kushina says, whoa, whoa, whoa. Christian says, don't even try it. He goes, Christian says, is that cracking I hear? Christian grabs his soft self by the neck, saying, you're a disgrace. Then slams him. And then slams him against the wall, going. Itachi appears, saying, Itachi with happy eyes, saying, I am proud of you, my student. He goes, Christian high five, going, yeah. Out of nowhere, she says, where did Itachi come from? Christian says, Itachi, one time some kid pissed off Itachi, so then Itachi grabbed him by the throat and put him against the wall, saying he's too weak and he'll never be strong. And now I officially imitates it. Christian says, can I erase these two? Christian goes, when Naruto walks out of room to say, Mom, can I have some food now? She sees, Christian, what are you doing to that kid? Christian goes, she pushes him down and he goes, what the hell? Why the hell did you push me down? She says, why the hell were you choking this child? Christian says, because his girlfriend out here was choking Mom. She goes, Christian says, and I thought you were stuck in your room for what you did. when Naruto, then he says, I'm leaving. Anything to do with you, I'm leaving. I'm never gonna be a part of it. Then Christian walks to his room and grabs something. Then she goes, you are so cute. Naruto says, you are so cute. He goes, and then he sticks out his tongue weirdly, going, and trying to act cute. Christian pulls out a sword, going, cutting him in half, going, Kairi goes, no! She'd go for a giant strike. Christian grabs Kairi's arm and slams her to the ground, breaks her arm, then breaks the other one, then snaps her neck, then says, fire style, fireball, jutsu, burning her. Christian says, Sasuke, we have a new victim. He goes, okay. Sasuke goes, Katon. Christian throws her up in the air. Sasuke goes, Kirin, erasing her. He goes, alright, done. He says, now goodbye. When out of nowhere when they're all in class, out of nowhere there's a rogue ninja alert where they have an Akatsuki alarm where the Akatsuki raid the school to try and steal either Christian, Naruto, or Taruto. It's a school brigade. They all run. They have to hide. So then the Akatsuki would raid the school, waiting for some shinobi to come in and help. Christian says, damn it. The teacher says, everyone in the closet, now! When everyone gets in the closet, they see a shark dude, and then Christian's anger builds up. He goes, Kisame senses a huge amount of bloodlust. He goes, oh! He hears an explosion from the closet. He goes, I'm sick of waiting around. They're never gonna get here. Rips the door open, going, trying to fight Kisame. He goes, he can't use Sage Mode since Sage Mode is prohibited in school. He goes, missing all his hits. He says, water style shark bomb jutsu. Christian says, Ra! He says, Rasengan! Going to use Rasengan. The shark bites him and he goes, damn it. He goes, Kisame plants him to the ground. He creates 5 water cones to hold off the rest of his class while he pins down Christian, saying, how about we make another one of your eyes blind? Christian says, damn it. And tries to fight back. But he can't. He goes, let go of me. He can't get Kisame off of him. He goes, if you don't want to, then I'll make you. He goes, Katon. He says, shooting me with a fireball won't do anything. Christian says, I know. And makes a fireball around him. He says, now we're stuck here for eternity. You try and get out and you'll get yourself burned. He says, and you won't be going anywhere without me. Out of nowhere, the whole school collapses. Christian goes, what the hell? What the Okay, it doesn't collapse. It gets hit by a shockwave. Then Christian grabs Kisame's head and slams him, going, ah! Then, out of nowhere, Conan's still a student. Three Akatsuki members would go and rush at Naruto with this slash. Christian says, I don't care what happened. I still have to. She's still my sister. Then jumps in the way with a blocking with a kunai, saying, ah! But then he's put in a genjutsu by someone. He goes, falling to the ground. When the whole class is beaten down, then finally Minato arrives with Jiraiya, Nagato, Conan, and all kinds of, and the Hokage. They're all surrounding the building, saying if they try and get out, they're gonna die. They say, if you do not let us go, then we'll kill this Nine-Tails Jinchuriki. Minato doesn't know what to say. He doesn't know. Should he sacrifice innocent lives? Or should he just say, or should he sacrifice his son's life? Kurama says, "Kid, wake up!" and starts pounding on the cage so he can wake him up. Eventually, Christian says, "What happened?" Kurama says, "Kid, wake up! We need to stop this. You're in a genjutsu, and they'll kill you if they." And he says, "Let me overflow you with my power." He says, "Right." He overflows him, and Christian goes into a six-tail state, going, "Aah!" Releasing himself from Kisama's grip and kicking him, going, "Aah!" He goes, "Aah!" And that's it for this part.